It is true that a few months ago, we made a video about the unresolved One Piece mysteries. However, what if I told you that even by presenting 30 brain-itching mysteries, we did not even scratch the tip of the One Piece iceberg? Oda is a one-of-a-kind writer, and the rest of the mysteries that he hides from us are even crazier. These are 36 One Piece mysteries that keep me up at night. And prepare yourselves, because after this video, I bet they're gonna keep you awake at night as well. For example, have you ever wondered what was Shanks' actual intention with the Gomu no Mi? For starters, did he even know that this devil fruit is not actually called Gomu Gomu no Mi, but is rather the mythical Zoan Hito Hito no Mi model Nika, or not? If he did know about it, how much of what we're witnessing right now is going according to his plans? Did he want Luffy to consume this devil fruit or not? Was this maybe part of some sort of evil plan on his behalf or not? What exactly are Shanks' motives anyway? If he didn't want Luffy to eat that devil fruit, maybe he planned for Ace to do so. Again, despite the massive reveals we got in the last few chapters about Shanks, the world government, and even the Void Century, we still do not even know the slightest of details about Shanks' real motives and plans. What exactly is he up to for like the past 25 years since Roger was executed? Did you think this mystery is a massive one? Oh, you have no idea what other mysteries I've gathered for today's video. But since we started with Shanks, hear this one. How exactly did Shanks stop Kaido from attending the Marineford War, but at the same time arrived on time himself? Like, let's assume he fights Kaido, right? He stalls him. Now both Shanks and Kaido are in the same location, right? How exactly is Shanks able to arrive in Marineford on time, but Kaido cannot? This makes no sense, right? Unless Shanks, either himself or someone within his crew, has an ability allowing for fast travel like this. Is this what happened? Well, this remains a mystery to this day. Something, however, that is 100% confirmed and is surely not a mystery is the benefits you'll get when signing up for Zen Market. Hear me out. What better than buying authentic anime merch, anime figures, original manga volumes, or even Japanese snacks straight from Japan? Now, I don't know about you, but having Chopper sitting there in my room does sound epic. And it's not just One Piece. The list includes Dragon Ball, Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and Naruto, just to name a few. I mean, many of those items are not even available anywhere else in the world other than Japan. That's where Zen Market comes in, and that's exactly what makes them so special. Buy directly from over 10,000 Japanese stores, including Amazon, Rakuten, Mercari, and Zen Market will take care of the rest. Zen Market provides 19 languages and great customer service. They make sure that the items are well packed and well consolidated. And the best part, you can store your order for up to 60 days with no extra charge. So you can keep shopping and adding stuff to your order before it gets packed. I mean, there is a reason why over 2 million worldwide users trust Zen Market for their shopping, and I don't see any reason why you shouldn't do as well. Register your free account today and use code Akagami to get 750 yen worth of Zen points discount for international shipping. And for a limited time, by using code OMOTENASHI2401, you'll get 15% off international shipping fees for first parcel. So don't wait. Register your account with Zen Market today. Hey, yeah, a secret ability for Shanks does sound insane to even think about, especially since Shanks is supposed to be a non-devil fruit user. But how about an even more secret ability for the protagonist? Hear me out. One Piece still has at least 200 or even 300 more chapters until it comes to an end. I mean, the Wano arc consisted of 149 chapters, and given that we now have several arcs in this final saga, then it's fair to guess that we still have at least another 200 chapters of One Piece. So what exactly will Luffy's next power-up be? Is it possible for Luffy to awaken 6th gear or not? If not, what will his next power-up be? Don't get me wrong, Luffy is indeed insanely strong as is, but I would argue he still needs to get much stronger before he can claim the title of the Pirate King. I mean, there are so many mysteries left to unravel that anything less than another 250 chapters would feel rushed for One Piece to end. If you think about it, we just finished Wano arc, and we still have a dozen more unsolved mysteries about it. Remember Odin's backstory and how we met Toki? Where exactly is Lady Toki from? Did she maybe come from a different period? If so, what secrets did she know that made her want to go specifically to Wano? If she did not come from a different period, why did she want to go to Wano of all places? There must be a reason for that, right? Believe me, that previous mystery bothers me way more than what most people realize. But even like that, this next one is among my favorites. Why is Wano separated from the rest of the world? The country follows a strict policy of isolation, which prohibits contact with outsiders such as pirates and other countries. It is also illegal for the residents to leave the country's borders. Outsiders who enter the country will be attacked instantly. After visiting the last island, Laughtail, Kozuki Odin found out that Wano was once connected with the rest of the world. However, it became isolated for a certain purpose, to be fulfilled and protected from great power. It's also mentioned that the great power is somehow connected to Joy Boy, and even one of the ancient weapons, Pluton. During the last chapters of the arc, Nico Robin and Trafalgar Law were given an explanation about the old Wano. However, neither them nor us received all the answers revolving around Wano. Where is Pluton? What is Pluton? What connection does it have with Wano? Why does this connection require require the isolation of Wano from the rest of the world. Did your brain start to hurt? Well, take a painkiller, because we're just getting started, and you can be sure the next mysteries are even crazier. So we mentioned the ancient weapon Pluton, but have you ever wondered what another ancient weapon is? Or, to be more precise, what or who? You see, Uranus has quite a few chances of being a person. After all, Shirahoshi is Poseidon, so maybe Uranus is also a person as well. Who better to give us a lead about that other than a former celestial dragon, aka Doflamingo? When discussing with Law, Dofi was seen mentioning the treasure of Merijois. What exactly is this treasure? Well, hear this. When Dofi tells Law about the national treasure of Merijois, he immediately mentions how useful the Ope Ope no Mi's ability to swap personalities would have been back then, and how it would have allowed him to use the national treasure to dominate the world if he had in his possession the power of the Ope no Mi. Using this info, we can see that the national treasure could be manipulated or used by the body of a person who could be subjected to the powers of the Ope Ope no Mi, either by taking their heart hostage or by hijacking their body. Plus, a few chapters later, Doflamingo says that the power, quote, rots away. All these combined lead us to believe that the treasure of Merijois is probably one of these three options. 1. Imu, meaning that if Doflamingo could change himself with Imu, he would have become the true ruler of the world. 2. Someone within this freezer Imu opened all the way back a few hundred episodes ago, hence the phrase, rots away. Or 3. There is a person that is Pluton, aka being labeled as the treasure of Merijois. But which of these is it though? Feel free to let us know what you think in the comments down below. Did you think this was the last mystery revolving around ancient weapons? Well, not quite. You see, we still do not fully know what was the weapon used in Lelusia by Imu. Was it an ancient weapon, or maybe a copy of an ancient weapon? After all, it was mentioned that it was still in experimental stage, and it was, after all, developed by Vegapunk. What exactly is that weapon Imu used? Can anyone use it? What are its full capabilities and the conditions someone needs to meet in order to use this devastating power? Next, we have the biggest mystery of today's video. How is it possible that you watched all the way until this point in the video and you've yet to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and commented your favorite mystery in One Piece? Come on, fix all those. Many theories have been circulating online about Imu, with many people noticing the strange fact where if you flip Imu's name, it becomes Umi, which in Japanese means sea. So here, I would like to ask the following. Why Devil Fruit users cannot swim? Is there a deeper reason other than, oh, well, that's just how it is? Yeah, we were given an explanation by Vegapunk about dreams and imagination, which ultimately is how Devil Fruits came to be, going against nature and thus the sea rejecting them. But my point is, Oda must have something in mind in order to give this specific drawback to his characters. I mean, think about it. We are over 1,000 episodes into One Piece, an anime where 90% of the time, pirates, including Devil Fruit users, are sailing the sea. Many battles are taking place in ships within the sea or in islands very close to the sea, and yet no one died so far from drowning. Call me crazy, but I can't bring myself to believe that there was not a deeper reason in which Oda went into the trouble of introducing this drawback and then not using it at all. Oda's cooking something with this detail, but the question is, what exactly is it? What will the significance of that be? And most importantly, when will something of that significance happen? Something similar to this previous mystery is the following. Do Devil Fruit users really get sick when they approach Laugh Tale? We saw this happening with both Toki and Buggy. If so, what's the reason for that? But also, most importantly, how will Luffy become Pirate King if that's the case? When it comes to recent reveals in One Piece, Kuma's backstory was probably among the best and most well-written backstories any anime character had, not only in One Piece, but pretty much in all of anime. And damn, we're talking about a side character here. But a question that arises after all those reveals about Kuma's past is the following. Did Kuma's blood have something to do with humans being turned into giants? After all, we do know that his race was a very special one, and his blood was used for all kinds of reasons. If Kuma's blood was not responsible for that, how about Big Mom? She was also quite huge while also having normal parents. How did this happen? Which brings us to our next point. Are Big Mom and Kaido really dead? I mean, the way they died does leave room for doubt, as we did not explicitly see their dead bodies lying somewhere. Plus, it was mentioned quite a few times whether, quote, Big Mom is actually dead. So maybe these two characters will make their return. Who knows? Well, if you think about it, Big Mom and Kaido are not the only ones where their fates are still in question. I mean, what happened to Law's crew? They were utterly defeated by the Blackbeard pirates. But before the final blow was dealt, Beppo went into his Sulong form and saved his captain. But what about the rest of his crew? Are they dead? Captured? Maybe they escaped as well. We just don't know. Something similar applies for Eustace Kid as well. Which of the Kid pirates are killed, and which of them were captured by the Red Hair pirates? If the Red Hair pirates did not take the Kid pirates as captives, can they at least give an answer to my next question? Where is the fourth poneglyph? Who has it? Is Shanks the one in possession of it or not? Which brings us to our next point. Why don't Buggy or Shanks go after the One Piece? Shanks recently decided to do so, but why now? Why now of all times? I mean, shouldn't both of them know where the One Piece is? They were both on the course for the One Piece and Roger's ship before they departed, so don't they they know the location of Laugh Tale? I mean, even if they don't, why did Shanks wait all these years before finally deciding to go after the One Piece? Listen, I agree that Shanks is a complete mystery, but so are the rest of the Roger Pirates. We do have some confirmed members, but truth be told, it's almost certain that there are more members we are not aware of. So who are they? When will they be revealed? Where are they now? And most importantly, what purpose will they serve in the One Piece story? Something very similar applies to Shiki. Where exactly is Shiki and his crew? He appeared in a movie, and after that, he vanished. After all, Shiki's not just a filler character, as he is a confirmed member of the Rocks Pirates. Is he up to something? Will he ever return? What will his purpose be? Is he after the One Piece? And why didn't he make any moves so far? Next, I would like to once again speak about the recent manga chapters. It was revealed that Nefertari D. Lili was the only member of the 20 founding family leaders of the Celestial Dragons that did not accept to become a Celestial Dragon, but rather return to rule over Alabasta. Her act was deemed as treason and was later probably assassinated for it. Did Lili find out something she was not meant to find out? Did she manage to do something insane before dying? Like, I don't know, scattering the road poneglyphs throughout the world? After all, we still do not know how, why, or who placed the poneglyphs at the place they're currently at. Maybe the previous user of the Nikyu no Mi used his or her ability to do that. What if that user was Nefertari D. Lili? Plus, there's still a lot of question marks around Lili, and boy, I can't wait until they're revealed. So far, it's obvious that the world government is as ruthless as it gets. But something that bothers me is, what exactly was Saturn trying to achieve with Bonnie's mother? After all, Saturn did state that the reason Ginny got sick was due to his experimentations on her. What exactly were those experiments anyway? What was Saturn trying to accomplish before deeming the experiments a failure? We did mention some of the ancient weapons in this video, but how about Joy Boy's relationship with Poseidon? If you recall, it was mentioned that the original Poseidon lived during the Void Century and made a pact with Joy Boy. Poseidon would use his or her powers to command the Sea Kings to bring Noah to the surface and activate its intended mission, for which the details would be revealed when raised. However, Joy Boy failed in his commitment to Poseidon due to unknown reasons. Will we ever know more about this? Probably yeah, as Joy Boy is surely a pivotal figure in the backstory of One Piece. But until then, this remains a mystery, keeping me awake most nights. A thing, however, that's got me as hyped as it gets is the following. What will the final fight be? How will the dynamic of the Monkey D family look like? Will the Monkey D family be faced off as one, or will they be rivals? Who will Luffy's final opponent be? Will it be Blackbeard, or maybe Akainu? How about Rocks de Shebek? I mean, damn, who says it won't be Emu or the Five Elders? The possibilities are honestly endless, but the sure thing is that when the time comes, this will be as hyped as it gets. Moving on, we have the Left Eye connection. There have been a few speculations about the left eye of Jaya over the years. It all goes back to the assumption that there was something missing, that the eye socket is missing an eye, and that the eye is Laugh Tale. I mean, there is definitely something going on with this pattern. First of all, many times we see Oda using characters in the volume covers featuring their left eye closed, including the likes of Nami, Luffy, and Rayleigh. We also have many characters having scars on or under the left eye, including Luffy, Zoro, Sabo, Kid, and Shanks, just to name a few. Also, Dragon's got his tattoo, once again, you guessed it, above his left eye. When Shanks reveals he will finally go after the One Piece, we get a close-up shot of his left eye. Either Oda is purposefully misleading us, or damn, there is surely something going on there. The question is, what exactly is that something? Speaking about eyes, or better put lack of them, we now move to Fujitora, the GOAT himself. What is it that he saw in the world that led him to permanently blind himself? Why would he do that? Many theories claim that Fujitora is Akainu's brother. Is that really true? Well, hear me out. Considering how we've been getting more backstories on Aokiji and Kizaru, it's not unreasonable to think that Oda will handle the other admirals just as well, which makes you wonder, doesn't it? When will we see the reason Fujitora blinded himself? In the previous video of One Piece Mysteries, we briefly mentioned Luffy's second dream, but here, I would like to expand a bit more. I mean, what if Luffy's dream is something related to the moon? Something like, my real dream is to go to the moon. After all, it needs to be an insane dream that's so childish that everyone hearing it starts laughing. Now, this point gets even more interesting when considering that Oda drew a side story with Enel on the moon. Is he really on the moon? Will he ever return? How did he get there? If you ever noticed, the moon pattern is quite obvious in One Piece, and Oda likes to play with it a lot in his story. As we mentioned, we first have Enel visiting the moon, but that's not all. We have the 5 elders being named after planets: Saturn, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, and Venus. One Piece having multiple moons, and even the 6 major clans in Wano, each who rule over an island. I mean, 5 of them have the word moon in their name. The Kozuki refers to moon of light, the Shimotsuki refers to the moon of frost, the Uzuki refers to the moon of rabbit, the Amatsuki refers to the moon of heaven, while the Fugetsu refers to the moon of wind. What do you think Oda is cooking with all these moon-related Easter eggs? We previously mentioned a potential future power-up for Luffy, but how about a power-up for Sanji? The theory of him having Lunarian powers is in the very least very plausible. After all, we did see him awakening certain powers later on. Maybe Sanji was not a complete failure, and the medications his mother took while pregnant with him did not fully negate the effects of the genetic modification, but rather only delayed it. Think about it. How can Sanji ignite his legs when attacking? This fire aspect is something that normally appears only in Lunarians, right? Well, let's see what Oda does with this mystery. Next, we have one of the most discussed theories in One Piece that many people already speak about, but since we didn't mention it in part 1, we'll briefly mention it now. What exactly is Crocodile's secret only Ivankov knows? Is it really Crocomum? Did Crocodile used to be a woman? If not, then what exactly was this secret Ivankov mentioned? If Crocodile was actually a woman, then why did he later become a man? A mystery now that most of you probably never thought about is the following. Remember when Caribou, of all people, learned that Shirahoshi is an ancient weapon capable of destroying the world? He looked suspiciously intrigued when he got that information. Well, that happened well over 300 chapters ago. Fast forward to a few hundred chapters later, he learns about yet another ancient weapon. When Robin reveals the fact that Pluton is in Wano to Luffy, Caribou is outside the door, listening in on this conversation. But here's where it gets interesting. He recalls that time when he overheard about Poseidon as well, and mentions that a certain someone would love to hear about this. Who is that certain someone? Who is Caribou planning on telling about not only the existence, but also the whereabouts of two ancient weapons? What does Caribou have in mind? Does he serve someone? And if so, what will this mysterious someone do with this information? And it's not just this person either. Who the heck is the man with the burn scar? He was first mentioned a few chapters ago by Kid. When Luffy asks about him, he laughs and arrogantly tells Luffy that the Kid pirates are now a step ahead of him. Now, how could Kid reasonably tell Luffy of all people that he is a step ahead of him? Well, it's because the man with a burn scar is rumored to currently possess the poneglyph, which was stolen from Fishman Island. At least that's what Blackbeard tells Aokiji a few chapters later. The question is, who is this person? And where is he? What is his name? We do not know his name or whereabouts. The only thing we know is that he has the final poneglyph and that he puts a lot of effort into making sure that no one finds out about him. Alright guys, let's talk about something cursed now for a change. Well, it's not actually cursed, but it's definitely unusual how Zoro was on the verge of death. He saw a literal reaper in the flesh, and then, oh well, it was just never brought up ever again. Yeah, I take it back, that was definitely cursed. But maybe it's going to be referenced later when Zoro is on the verge of death once again. Who knows? But the mystery remains, just what in the world was that thing anyway? And this takes us to the mystery of black blades. Throughout history, there have been only two swordsmen who managed to turn their swords into black blades. We're talking about Mihawk, the strongest swordsman in the world, and Ryuma, the god of the blade. But we know that Zoro is going to turn one, if not all of his swords, into black blades, because that is the only way for him to actually surpass those two legends. But the mystery here is how? How does one turn their sword into a black blade? Not even Odin. Heck, not even Roger or Shanks are known to have ever done it. So how? What are the requirements for this? And when will Zoro achieve this feat? At number 30, we have an interesting statement from the final page of chapter 800. It is where the narrator states that the Straw Hat Grand Fleet will cause a great incident of historic proportions. Now, it's been over 300 chapters since that statement, and I guess it's safe to say we still have no idea about what kind of incident these bad boys are going to cause. Any ideas? Let us know in the comments down below. Well, I do have a possible theory, since at the time of the making of this video, the Straw Hats, along with Vegapunk, are trying to escape Egghead Island. It's almost certain that someone else will arrive. Will this someone be Blackbeard, Monkey D. Dragon, or maybe the Straw Hats Grand Fleet? Next, we have something that may not be all that important, but it's definitely weird enough to talk about. Remember the construction of the Tequila Wolf Bridge? It's where Robin spent her 2 years after the Revolutionary Army liberated the land. One thing we know is that the Celestial Dragons commanded the construction of this bridge. The question is, why? What is the exact purpose of this bridge anyway? Next, Big Mom. We know that she was building a utopia where every single race in the world can coexist with each other in perfect harmony. Of course, that wasn't actually true, considering how both Pudding and Katakuri were discriminated against, but let's talk about something more important. We know that there were only 3 races which were not found in Tatoland. There's the Giants, the Lunarians, but what about the third race? We still don't know about the third race, and I know what you're thinking. The third missing race in Tatoland may be Kuma's Buccaneers race. Let me tell you that so far, we've not seen any Sky Natives, any Pure Three Eyes, or any Snake Neck Tribesmen either. Who knows? Maybe the third race is a race that is still yet to be revealed, and thus, Big Mom might even have a child from the Buccaneer race as well. But still, speaking of the Buccaneers, how the hell is Kuma still able to move of his own free will when he shouldn't be anything more than a piece of junk? How is he still able to act even after his total shutdown switch was pressed? Well, just recently in chapter 1104, Vegapunk hints that there is something other than just physical strength which makes them special. We don't know what it is, but you bet it's gonna be relevant going forward. What do you think? Is it just pure him energy? Is it just the love for his daughter? Or is it yet another unique ability of his clan? man. And if we're talking about mysteries that reek of him energy, why do you think the Iron Giant attacked Mary Joie 200 years ago? We have to keep in mind that the Iron Giant has been around for almost 9 centuries, but it wasn't until after he suddenly attacked Mary Joie 200 years ago that he finally ran out of gas. Why did he attack then? What sparked this sudden change? Was it really because of the discrimination against fishmen, or was there more to it? Why did he not attack them sooner? What was he even trying to achieve? So many questions, so few answers. Next, I would like to speak about Nico Robin and her potential devil fruit awakening. What exactly will this awakening be? How will the awakening look? Will Robin be able to crack backs and nuts even faster? A similar mystery revolves around Brook and his devil fruit awakening. Will it be something absolutely insane? Well, if you want to find out, click on this video where we present the 32 strongest devil fruit awakenings when and if they actually happen, including Brook's Yomi Yomi no Mi awakening and Robin's Hana Hana no Mi. Go on, click it!